Welcome everybody back to another BOLDcast One Piece reaction. I'm Carson.
I'm Lindsay.
And this is One Piece episodes 117 and 118. Leave a like, subscribe. Let's jump right into this. Let's go! Vivi.
He just keeps calling her Miss Wednesday.
Where are we meeting up this time? NAMI.
It was all a dream, right? Wow.
Could have killed him.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Poor Chopper gets kicked out for no reason. He's building the hammer thing right now.
You can start trying. Zoro's not technically special, I don't think, and neither is Sanji. They just trained. What did he make for her?
Oh shit.
It didn't go through her. It looked like it did, but... Oh, did it?
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
Like in her arm area. Damn. What a way to make an entrance.
I
It's
wonder.
her finger.
This really is fucking Full Metal Alchemist all of a sudden. It's like Lust.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, but it's
Nope.
her bracelet. Or her wrist. Oh, spike fruit.
From anywhere. Some good spikes.
Really?
Okay.
Is it like a fan?
It has like holes in it and it like...
Climatact.
What? Oh. toxic. Is it? Why'd he even install doves and flowers inside of this thing? Is what I'm wondering.
To get her guard down.
No!
More animal abuse.
She just feels bad. She's like, oh my god.
Maybe I shouldn't
this
kill
poor
this.
deranged woman. Oh. Whoa.
When your arms appear on the other side.
Yeah.
Shit! What? Why? What do you want?
I have no. She wants to stir up trouble, is what she wants.
She's planning to double cross him for sure, though.
She's like, oh, I needed a drink. It's gonna hurt her now. Oh, I don't know.
That's what he was making. She's still acting dumb. Stinger finger. Shit. Just got fruits basket.
Yeah.
I'm not even sure she has a plan anymore.
No.
No, she does.
She put spikes in the bottom of her feet.
It's pretty smart. Shit! It's like Kirby's down B. Oh god. That's fucking scary.
Nice. Face.
Is she gonna start doing like Vivi's distraction dance or whatever the fuck?
Yeah, I feel like she would have been better off at this point if she just had her normal weapon and could.
Well, she's
like,
following
smack
something.
her.
She's following like instructions that Usopp left.
Mm.
It wasn't for fighting, it was for parties.
What an idiot. She's like, now I've got a cool outfit like you.
You think you're the only one who can wear lingerie? Well, two can play at that game.
She's just so disinterested.
How did he make this? Why doesn't he use this?
Yeah. What, does it make a little tornado? No. Okay.
Yeah, it makes a little storm. It must, right? I really thought that was gonna do something. Maybe it's foreshadowing. This is the thing set up for future fight. She's gonna do that in a future fight and it'll be badass.
Ow!
Ow! At this point, you would have been better with your original weapon.
I just said that.
Yeah, and I said it too. What, I can't say it?
Oh.
Damn!
Look at that.
Kind of like
It's not about like blowing through it, it's about like whipping it through the air.
Cyclone Tempo. What?
Excuse me?
How the hell does that work?
You just, I mean, even if you can make him more, like, excuse.
Alright, I guess.
Surely. I have this stick, and it does whatever it wants. And sometimes it's really
It's
useful.
the Wabbajack.
She's just
Alright.
a kite from Hunter x Hunter. Do so
Bad spin. Oh! They crucified him?
Oh my god. The secret thing that he's looking for.
Yeah. Where's the Philosopher's Stone? Like plutonium? What the fuck is Pluton?
Interesting.
Pluton. It's probably it probably is like a Philosopher's Stone type thing.
Or like a material,
maybe
like some kind of material
element
that he can use to make into like a crazy weapon or something. If his whole thing is like he wants military
domination.
Yeah, and he can make like he can make that stick that Usopp made. He can probably use some of that in there.
I mean, yeah, I don't know why you would need this crazy thing. I don't know why you need devil fruit with a fucking stick like that. It's basically a devil fruit on its own. It could do so much.
Did that stick eat a devil? We just heard about guns that can eat devil fruit.
Imagine if the stick did eat a devil fruit.
Eat a devil fruit.
It's got hot, cold, and lightning powers.
It ate the magic devil fruit, where it's like a magician, and like half the time the tricks are dumb, but half the time the tricks are like, how could you ever do that?
There's an artifact. It's like a legendary weapon in Skyrim. I'm sure a lot of people know this, but it's called the Wabbajack. So there's Daedric artifacts. They're usually like something really cool, sometimes really dumb, but they're like unique weapons in the game. And there's the God of Madness made this thing called the Wabbajack, and it's a staff. And it does something completely random every time. Sometimes if you shoot it at people, it'll make people afraid, or it'll make people attack random people, or it'll make people, just a million things. And it can transform them randomly into a chicken, or transform them into like a monster, or make them just disappear completely. Transform them into a sweet roll, or like a cinnamon roll type thing. And that's kind of what the energy that this gives off. So sometimes it could be super insanely powerful, but many times it's just kind of stupid.
Yeah. It's interesting weapon. If Usopp has the ability to make something like that, I feel like he really needs to get on it. Mm-hmm. Like his hammer thing was like kind of a cool thing, but if he can be making magical items, mm-hmm. like incorporate that a little bit, like take the technology of these sticks and make them into your thing, so that when you like shoot it through the air, it like turns into a lightning explosion or something. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. I keep mentioning Fullmetal Alchemist. There must have been some kind of cross-pollination, because I think these were being published at like the same time as well. Because the anime for Fullmetal Alchemist originally came out in 2003, but it was still running around that time. So maybe Fullmetal Alchemist came slightly after this. I forget. I think we're in like 2002, 2003 at this point in terms of chapters. I'm not 100% sure on that. So I can only guess, but it seems like there must have been some kind of cross-pollination, because we got like this desert kingdom that's being like manipulated to self-destruction from this underbelly person who is just manipulating everything.
Yeah.
One of his right-hand people, two of his right-hand people can turn into knives, but the hot, sexy lady is like can turn into spikes and stuff like that. That's her whole thing. And then there was, shortly before that, there was Wapol, who ate everything all the time, like gluttony.
Yeah.
Then we have Mr. 2, who used his power to be able to become visually other people to cause like the war, which is what happened in Fullmetal Alchemist, spoilers. And it's also, it's this desert place as well that's being fucked up like this. There like I don't know. I don't know if it's a copy, like if you could say, like, I'm not trying to set up anybody for plagiarism, but it's funny, especially because we already talked about Hunter x Hunter and Naruto and this, and now Fullmetal Alchemist. They're all shit that was being written at the exact same time. So there must have been some sort of cross pollination, maybe editor
like
influence,
the
maybe
that are popular around that time.
Yeah, it's something
even in other media. Like, I'm not sure what else was coming out, like live action or like novels or like whatever around the time that, like, all these things are like getting ideas based off of certain things. And it is interesting to see like kind of some of the common threads, especially when there's like so many like that, and it's not like a copy or anything. It's not even like that close. It's just like similar themes.
But the fact that, like, if these came out 50 years apart, then I'd be like, oh, well, either one knew about the other, or maybe they didn't, maybe it was completely random. But the fact that these were being published, like, pretty much at the same time is just interesting to think about, because there's so many things. And there's things that are clearly, like, copied from another series, or like like Naruto and Hunter x Hunter. Those things are, it's very clear that there was some sort of, like, I read this, I wanted to use an idea from that in my thing, but use it differently type shit. And I don't know enough about Oda to say one way or the other, or even about the release dates or anything, or even about the author of Fullmetal Alchemist. I'm forgetting her name right now. Either way, it's just really, really cool. And then we got fucking King Cobra here getting crucified. Ow. What the fuck?
It's like, I feel like, honestly, Crocodile, being like, I'm gonna kill both of you regardless, but, like, tell me this. It's like, that's a terrible strategy for trying to extract information.
Well, he's gonna say, I'll mummify your daughter in front of you if you don't tell me.
But it's like, he's probably gonna do that anyway, but,
Could you imagine the coldness and how badass King Cobra would be if Crocodile's like, I will rip the moisture from your daughter's body and you will see her squirm in agony in front of you if you don't tell me, and he's just like, I will never tell you. Like, could you imagine how fucking cool that would be if he does threaten Vivi and he's just like, do it. Like, that would be so. And then Vivi's like, yes, father. I don't care. That would be so fucking badass.
That would be pretty sick.
And this seems like the kind of show that would do some of that. I don't think he will. He'll probably just end up killing.
And Luffy's obviously going to show up at some point, and then he'll be like, oh, I thought that I killed you. And then
and because Pell's on the way with Luffy. Or, I don't know.
But it's like, what are they
But Luffy's fucking almost dead.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. It's like, I mean, what it could do is, cause some distraction, or give someone else, like, the burst of inspiration that they need.
I think Luffy's due for a shonen power-up.
He could, even though he's completely destroyed, he could somehow, because he's, like, so angry, go to the next level kind of thing. We also have Miss All Sunday here, who has been notoriously
undercutting him
just
from the
doing
background.
Whatever she kind of wants in the moment. So who knows what she will do?
I think she wants this for herself.
If she thinks that Crocodile's losing, she'll probably abandon him or sabotage him.
I think she's only using crocodiles until the point where they get whatever they're looking for, and then she'll probably betray him in that last moment. It must be like, because there's no other reason why she would.
She's already working for somebody else, or she's just working for herself.
Yeah,
and she is like using him.
Because she doesn't care about anyone that she's saving. She's just trying to like undermine Crocodile from the background. Because like she had the ability, she had the opportunity to kill them all on the boat before they even got there, but disarmed them and said blah blah blah, basically nothing, and then left. And could have killed Vivi right there, didn't. And then she saved Luffy in that last moment and didn't kill Pell.
Yeah.
So, you know, she's obviously got her own intentions, and now that we know that there's like a MacGuffin style thing, unless it's Pluton is code for something else.
I feel like it's just a type of material, or like a weapon or something.
I'm picturing in the Simpsons opening when Homer pulls out the fucking fuel rod and it's like that glowing green thing, and then he like, I don't know, it goes in his back pocket or something or whatever the fuck. That's kind of what I'm picturing, something like that, and I don't know what that would be, but I don't even, in Oda fashion, I think that he might genuinely be saying Pluton to make you think of something like that, but it's not, but it is something more complicated. I don't know.
Only one way to find out.
And that's what, to leave, like, and subscribe, and check out this next episode that's happening right now. Hope you enjoyed. Let's go. A couple interesting things about the whole like Full Metal Alchemist stuff we were talking about. This came out like a full year or two before.
Yeah, I saw those comments on Patreon.
And then also Usopp making like the climate tact. Because it's like climate. It's because like Nami can sense the weather and shit and has that like ability, you know? So it's like he kind of made that with that in mind for her. Kind of cool.
She doesn't even know.
One shot from Pluton.
The gun.
Okay.
You can't let him get away with this.
No.
Yeah, if they wouldn't let him get away with this, he's just gonna one-shot them.
Is Smoker gonna be like, I heard the whole thing?
He's actually just the little, like, smoke from that cigar there.
What if he was? So you did all that for something that you know is in doubt? You did all of this for a hunch?
I mean, it didn't cost him anything.
It cost him a lot of time. It cost him years of his life. That's something. He must be pretty sure that it's here.
Cut him off.
Shoot them!
Kill everyone.
Shot from where? That's not a cannonball. That's something.
Buggy ball.
Yeah, that's something a little more significant. I wonder if Luffy's gonna show up when that happens and send it away.
It will be quicker. Very efficient. You know, Crocodile, he's very efficient.
Poneglyph?
Don't give him what he wants.
God. Rip Chaka.
Yeah, already, like, you can't fight your way out of that situation. So you use everything at once.
Using her boobs. She's really not good at her job, is she?
Yeah, she's very inaccurate. Shit.
Alright, if you had enough, then kill her already.
Yeah. Sonic.
Actual Sonic. She kind of did a Sonic move before, too, and she turned into that ball.
Mm-hmm. She doesn't walk like that. As like a style, she walks like that because she's just like so uncoordinated.
Yeah,
she can't even walk properly.
It's not a style choice. It's not like, ooh, look at me. It's she is disabled. What is she doing? She's doing some kind of acupuncture technique.
Like putting the spikes into her body so she gets stronger. I don't know.
And she did like acupuncture.
Spike
what? And then it does nothing. Her arms go back to normal.
Well, now they're fat spikes.
Damn, Double Finger is fucking weak sauce. Holy shit, she hasn't like. All she's done is miss. She's hardly landed a single hit.
Oh, I missed.
She's like swiped her a couple times.
Oh. Oh.
Lashes isn't gonna let him ride.
Oh. Let him, Lashes.
When did you get in here?
How's that for spiky hair?
Thank goodness such a terrifying threat is taken care of once and for all. Now she can finally retire.
Smack her in the head, Nami. Come on.
Another illusion thing.
Right. It's Weather Woman Nami.
Yeah, did she just do curing?
Yeah.
Kinda. She basically just did curing. Ow!
Ow!
Did she fuck up?
Oh, no.
If Usopp can make shit like this, why doesn't he just use this kind of thing?
This is like when Luffy does that thing where he... Oh my god.
Yeah, his like twister, yeah. Usopp really knows what he's doing, but, you know.
He's like that kid from the Goonies that like has like all those inventions, like the little like thing that like comes out to punch someone in the... Yeah.
What is that pose?
Kept going.
Miss Double Finger, retire.
She's looking rough. She's looking pretty dead.
You did it, Nami. You and no one else. With no help from anyone. Oh, with Usopp.
Nice.
Thank God for that Zoro fight.
Spider. Bring out the 8-sword style again. Like the octopus.
Probably. What about your one sword that like has a chance of cutting fucking anything or whatever? What? That's pretty badass.
Nice.
What'd you think of that one?
I feel very conflicted about the Nami fight because I feel like I really want to like it, and like what I really do like is I like her as like a character, like her, like if you take aside like what was actually going on in the fight, her like journey and like wanting to get stronger, but it's not like a Sakura thing where it's like I want to be on their level. She's just like I want to in the sort of the theme of like this past little bit, it's like I want to be able to do as much as I can. I don't need to be a fighter, but I want to be able to fight if I have to.
Yeah.
And I really like that whole thing, and how she went to Usopp and he like helped make her something, because she isn't, you know, she can't lift like 500-pound weights every day, and she doesn't know the 3-sword style, she doesn't have a devil fruit power, she's not like a crazy sharpshooter. So I really like that, and I really like that character development for her. And I do like that she did get a weapon that is like, you know, themed around her with like this whole weather thing.
Yeah.
But I feel like people are gonna like get mad, but I honestly just don't really like this weapon because it seems so ridiculous.
Yeah. It seems like you know, what Nami needed to get in order for her to be able to compete on the level that they're at. Mm-hmm. But it doesn't really feel earned by her. It's a good thing for their relationship. The fact that like she connected with Usopp, actually really like that, mm-hmm. and everything. But yeah, this weapon just kind of being instant level up for her.
But also it like has all these gags, like kind of like baked into it. Like it's gonna just pull out random stuff, but then she can also just like make mirages plus manipulate the weather plus do all of this stuff. I don't know.
Like, if she had researched it and learned that on her own, and like, Usopp, can you make me this? And Usopp's like, wow, I never would have thought of that. But instead, Usopp makes the whole thing, and she comes to him for him to make the whole thing, and he basically gives her this ability. It just kind of, it feels very unearned. And also, I really don't like the fight, because Miss Doublefinger
kind of sucks.
She sucks on purpose because Nami is so weak without this thing. Like, the fight is about teaching Nami how to, like, and about showing the audience how Nami is going to level up and how she's going to be stronger going forward, this, like, new ability that she has with this new weapon. So, like, learning that, exploring that, kind of introducing everybody to that, and then Doublefinger, who is supposed to be, like, one of the stronger threats in Baroque Works, ends up being, you know, in order as an obstacle for Nami to overcome, and like show, even like Nami, who is supposed to be one of the weaker members of the Straw Hats, is now strong enough to defeat one of the strongest members of Baroque Works. But if you make the one of the strongest members of Baroque Works fucking terrible, because there's no think about why, like, let's examine what makes Doublefinger kind of a poor combatant. It's that in order to create tension in each of the strikes and each of the hits, because Nami is so inexperienced and weak and hasn't had enough time to shine, the only way that you can create that tension in terms of a fight and like kinetics and like actual attacks is by Doublefinger narrowly missing Nami as she fumbles out of the way. So there's not really any other way for Nami to get away realistically and to give her a chance to use this new weapon and to demonstrate it. Like, the only thing that you're left with if you want Doublefinger to even like be attacking is for Doublefinger to be dumber than she needs to be and to be uncoordinated, which those two things together make it seem like, how did she even rise to this part of the organization? She seems weaker than Ingram, like, if we're talking about actual battle power. And the problem is, she probably wouldn't be if she was facing a stronger opponent. But because this is supposed to be Nami's time to shine, it's supposed to be Nami's fight, and Nami is weak, we need to weaken this supposedly strong character down to her level.
And because Nami is trying out a new technique with this new thing that also has all these gags, it's also just clearly a very fan servicey fight with both of them just like have their boobs flying out constantly.
Yeah.
So it's like this weird thing of, you know what I mean? Like, it's not just like Miss Doublefinger is like chasing down Nami, and it, like, what essentially is happening is like Miss Doublefinger is like slowly chasing down Nami and trying to get her, and then Nami is able to pull off something cool. But it just feels like the way that they did it, there wasn't like a lot of tension, mm-hmm. and
I don't imagine. Here's the thing. I don't imagine this is a big deal for everybody watching. Like, I don't think anyone is super attached to. I think if anybody's going to be upset of what we're saying, they're probably going to be upset because they don't think that we get the significance of Nami's character development, etc., which we do understand. But like, I don't think anybody's going to be upset that we don't think Miss Doublefinger versus Nami is like one of the fucking best fights that we've seen so far. It's obviously not. And so let's take the idea is, let's talk about why that is. And, you know, because I don't think anybody out there, were you really hyped up to see our reaction to this fight in particular? I'm way more excited for the next one. I was way more excited about Sanji versus Bon Clay. But even think of this. If Mr. One was against Nami here, it would be the same story. Mm-hmm. Like, no matter who it was, they had to be dumbed down for Nami, because this is Nami getting that extra level of power. And Nami isn't like a skilled... karate person who knows how to do all this crazy dodges and like blocks and parries and shit like that. And also it could be it's probably most likely a really extended fight for
that's
the
what
anime.
I was thinking, I imagine.
Because for the manga, it was probably, there's a few like key moments where she like is figuring things out, messes around with the gags. They chase around, there's a couple panels of that. And then not the big spread of it is Nami like getting skewered and having her little internal monologue about like, you don't know what it feels like, and then winning the fight, like it's probably pretty dragged out.
That's what I was imagining, like even just a more condensed but like higher intensity version of this fight, of like instead of Miss Doublefinger like missing 1,000 times, Miss Doublefinger, like if she misses, she does not like through a building or something, she's just like still slowly walking towards Nami with like utter confidence that she's not gonna, you know what I mean? Like and I think also, like, maybe part of what we were talking about, like, Nami, or, like, I don't know, you think about characters, like, earning their power-ups, kind of, and I think, like, one thing is, like, that, like, she had, like, the instructions for everything. What I think would have been really cool, because she, like, knows all about weather, if Usopp, either if they just found these things, and, like, Usopp kind of, like, made them into something for her, or if Usopp made these like tubes that like each one could do a different thing, but Nami, like Usopp didn't test it out and like come up with all these things, because he like wrote instructions like to make a tornado do this, to do that, do this. But I think what would have been cool is if she basically had like these 3 sticks or that could do certain things, and then because she knows about how weather systems work, then she, in the heat of this fight, as she's like running away, she's like, okay, I'm just gonna try this.
Well, that is what happened.
But she was like reading these instructions from Usopp every time.
At the very beginning, but Usopp didn't write down how to create tornadoes and twisters.
He did. She was reading it. She hid behind a wall of red, and for your final attack, do this tornado thing. And that tornado didn't have anything to do with the weather either, because it was those like things that flew out and like grabbed her and spun her around. It is interesting now, because like we were thinking that the Pluton was a material or something, but it's like we were thinking it was like some kind of like uranium or like some kind of like thing that could be like used to make a powerful weapon. But then it turns out that it's actually just a weapon that is like they just have like this thing, this like god tier weapon like hidden around somewhere in like the desert here, which is actually really cool. And like seemingly only Cobra knows about it. Maybe like his like 2 like main guys knew about it as well, because it would be very like it is pretty dangerous to have only one person alive who like knows about this thing. But at the same time, it's like if supposedly no one else knows about it, like where did Crocodile hear about it? Like there must have been like whispers or like people like telling legends about it, and then he did. But that's the crazy thing, is like he did all of this not even knowing that it was real or not, but taking the chance that if it was real, it would completely change the game for him. And like then he would just be like, okay, everyone has to do what I say. Yeah,
which means either, so we know because of Dr. Correa that people can live potentially a long time. I think because she was a doctor and because she was like kind of a special case, she was alive for a long time, or she has been alive for a long time. But she opens up the possibility of people living longer lives than what you might expect. So maybe there's something to do with Crocodile with that. But 2 to 3 years of your life is a lot of time to spend on a hunch or on a whisper, on a rumor, you know, setting up this entire organization, planning all of this out, doing all of this for this long game of something that you don't even know exists seems like kind of far-fetched to me. So either it's not far-fetched because he might have a longer lifespan or something, or know a secret about that, or he just doesn't give a shit, or he has a better idea that it did exist and it was stronger information than what he's saying.
Or it's like, this is like his One Piece. You know what I mean? It's like he's like, he doesn't know where it is, or like if it's like, I mean, I guess the people in this world like know that like the One Piece is real or whatever, but like no one's seen it. No one really knows. They're just taking one guy's word for it, essentially.
Yeah.
So to me, I feel like it's his dream. So wasting time, even if nothing ends up coming from it, at least he still went for it. Which is interesting because it's kind of like keeping in the spirit of the show. Mm-hmm. Even though he's terrible and he's killing people and he's about to bomb all of the rebels and all of the like guards just in the courtyard, but he's just going after his dream, you know? He all he wants is the biggest military ever. He wants to be bigger than the world government, bigger than the Marines. And if he gets this weapon, then he can do that. It's also crazy that that's just out there. And I wonder if, I know that one episode was filler where there was like those like underground areas, but I just, like, every time something like more lore is revealed, I'm like, this makes so much sense with that one filler episode where they like went in these underground ruins. Because it's like, what if the people who used to live here, like whatever, hundreds or thousands of years ago at this point, had this crazy weapon, and then like it just got like so out of hand that they had to seal it away because they destroyed everything, and it was like such a danger, not just to everyone else but also to themselves, you know? So that's why it's like very mysterious. But then they kept like some people to know about it because just in case of, you know, they ever needed to use it or someone came looking for it, they would know to like not give it to them. But then Cobra was like, what was that other thing that Cobra said? Like, he's like, how about where's this?
The poneglyph.
Yeah, I wonder if that's like some kind of like,
it's probably a way to activate it.
Or like maybe it says where it is, or it's just like something, and Cobra's like, oh, I'll show you that. It's like, I feel like that's just the wrong move, because Crocodile isn't the kind of guy who will be like, oh, you did what I said, now I'll spare your people. He's the kind of guy that, like, if no matter what you do, he'll still kill you in the end and kill everyone that you care about, because he just doesn't care, you know? I don't know if he tells him, or if Luffy's gonna show up. And now we have like a really hard set time limit as well, based on the fact that in half an hour everyone's gonna get exploded. And I don't know who's doing that. Like, Cobra obviously has someone set up, but like maybe some of the millions or something are somewhere and gonna blow it up, because all of the other like numbered people have pretty much gotten defeated at this point. But there's only one way to find out, and that's to leave a like, subscribe, and check out our Patreon if you want to get a week ahead of edits and 2 weeks ahead of uncuts. Bye-bye.